Good evening to all. It certainly is a pleasure to be here this evening, and certainly knowing what Dr. Height has done over the years, we really, really want to continue to applaud her and how she does what she's done. She's as much a force today at 97 as she was in the early days of the Civil Rights Movement. Let's give her another hand. I thank you for the opportunity of being able to make the presentation tonight, but I could not come without telling you about the women in my life. My mother and my grandmother were business people, and they were also part of the sorority. And those of you who don't know what the sorority is, you've had to find out on your own. I'm going to elevate Michael because I think tonight's a time for me to thank Dr. Michael Bowles and Mountaintop for what they've done today. The Congressional Black Caucus gave us an opportunity to do this tonight, and we certainly thank them for allowing us to do it. I've come to a conclusion today in my life where I no longer talk about his story. I talk about our story. And we need to remember that because as we look back in the National Business League, which was founded in 1900 by Booker T. Washington, I try to stand in the footsteps of people like Dr. Washington, Dr. Robert Russell Moulton, Dr. Patterson, who founded the United Negro College Fund, and also Dr. A.G. Gaston. My mentor, who was Dr. Berkeley Burrell, is one that's brought me into the National Business League in the early 60s. And I'm very happy to say that I continue to try to rebuild the National Business League. As we continue to do what we're doing throughout the HBCUs, we are in the midst of rebuilding the National Student Business League. We have a major force at Tuskegee University, which we go to every year, and also Maryland University Eastern Shore. So we're trying to let our replacements be at our hands. I am looking for my replacement. Remember, one thing that we have to always remember is that the only limitations we have are those between our two ears. Some of you get that on your way home. Dr. Teresa Meriwether Orrick is the Vice President of Institutional Research, Planning and Sponsored Programs at Alabama A&M University. Under her leadership, research funding has seen a remarkable increase at Alabama A&M University. Over the last 2 years, from 26 million annual intake 2 years ago, total current research funding is now over $47 million. She has been published in several scholarly and trade journals and a recipient of several prestigious awards. Dr. O'Rourke was selected as one of 15 professionals statewide to select the Chancellor of University System of Georgia, named Citizens of the Year Award by Omega Psi Phi fraternity, and was recognized by the 100 Black Men of America, the Georgia chapter, as an outstanding leader in education. Please join me in congratulating and welcoming Dr. Teresa Mary O'Rourke as our Historically Black College and University awardee.